What's up, my pugnos? Andy with Tech Influence here. Excited to share with you guys this content. We're going to be going over the two different rigs that I would recommend here as far as content creation goes on location, and you need to have something that's really versatile to be able to plug into cinema level and pro gear. The three different categories I'm going to be determining which one's better than the other is price, quality, and utility. With that said, we're going to be going over the Neewer rig as well as the custom Brandon Lee version of the SmallRig. With that said, before we jump into it here, these products were not given to me by the company. Do you know that my review is bias free? But there is a channel sponsor here where you can get yourself 15% off really awesome leather gear here from the folks at Andar. A little bit more about our sponsor at the end of the video. As you can see, the Neewer here comes in a darker aluminum anodized matte black, whereas this one is like our custom and designed by Brandon Lee. It looks really cool, and it's got a gradient from like forest green to black, which is really nice. And the other associated accessories do have that same gradient and feel as well. Both of them are priced very similarly. If you're not getting the custom one, then you're right around $50 to $70 depending on which one you opt into, and then a little bit over $100 if you're getting the creator kit of both of them. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and weigh them. The Neewer weighs in at about 112 grams, whereas the Brandon Lee version is 115 from SmallRig. They're both made out of very similar product materials here. They're aluminum as well as rubberized silicone to be able to slide and push up against the rig. As you can see, they're both milled and manufactured very similarly, very high quality. Both of them have a cold shoe mount at the top for TikTok. You've even got mounts on each side. Turning around the edge here, you've got the volume rocker and action button there, as well as a couple of 1/4-inch mounts for your tripod mount. There's a few more here on the Neewer. You have a wrist strap on the ShiftCam, which is nice if you wanted to have more of a mobile unit. And on the back side here, you have a couple of mounts for the grip over by the charger port. On the top here, you've got cold shoe mount that is almost in the exact same position here on both of them. And then each of them have their own quarter-inch mounts and grips, as well as the power button and buttons to be able to lock it. In order to flip it open, it's just a button here on the SmallRig. You just slide it in and it grips all the way to the bottom and it clips shut. Similar function here on the Neewer, where you open it up on that flap and then you place your phone in as well. For the sake of the demonstration here, I've got a dummy phone here in the SmallRig, and then I've got the real phone in the Neewer. As you can see, there's no Apple signal on the back. They look really sleek, but they're both really, really thick. They're gonna add probably 1/2 inch on each side. As you can see here, you have access to all of the different buttons here that are nice and clicky on each side of them. Now, the big thing here is the ability to use your accessories, right? So you've got Neewer has their own 17mm screw-on lens mounts, which I have one from the folks at Sandmark. Neewer has their own. I opted into Sandmark because I have that in the past. I have moment lenses, so it looks like SmallRig has opted into the M mount. You can also actually screw in the T series here if you wanted to opt into the new lenses from Moment. Neewer has their own line here, so you can see both of them have that form factor, which is nice. Now, for the sake of this video here, I'm only going to show off the accessories here that came from SmallRig on the SmallRig. As you can see, this creator kit has a button here that it comes with. You can take it off of this cold shoe mount, which is nice. The bottom, you have also a rig here that you can go ahead and opt into. So if you wanted to, you could shoot content. I really like this. I really like the quick snappy system here. It just snaps right on there, which is nice as well. And this can be customizable. Now, the Neewer has their own real thin ones, but I do have one from SmallRig here that I opted into a few years ago. You can go ahead and any of these other SmallRig accessories you can go ahead and opt into because it has the same thread and length. This has a shutter button as well, so you can opt into a rig like this, which is cool. Now, both lenses also have the ability to put on their own filter mount. So if you wanted to, Neewer can take off this head, which hopefully they can opt into the M series or the T series in the future. They've got their own 67 millimeter filter mount. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on there. You can throw on Neewer's filters. I have one from Moment. This is my 20% diffusion. So if you wanted to have like the haloing over the lights and you wanted clearer skin tones, it's really nice to have that. If you wanted to shoot TikTok. SmallRig has their own mount here, which actually mounts right onto the M mount. And they have a magnet mount here for 65 as well, which is nice. This is a V&D, not 6-32, I think. Yep, it's a 52 millimeter, which is something you can opt into as well. Each one of them can opt into all of these accessories here, which is nice. So if you wanted to do like a tripod mount, you can. Tripod mount here from the folks at ShiftCam, you can do that. You even have like a couple accessories on the back side here if you wanted to do that. Vrig has this cool thing where it's a ball and head joint that can extend to give you that shot if you'd like as well. We can throw on the wireless lav here on the Neewer. Now off camera, I was having a hard time here with the Neewer. For some reason, the cold shoe mount is a little bit thicker on the grips there. And so some of my cold shoe mount rigs just didn't fit. The only thing I got to fit here was the lav. Just know they've got that drawback. Andar in Spanish means to carry, and this is my everyday carry here for my iPhone 14, my iPhone 15. Andar features a wide variety of high-end luxury leather goods, including bags, handbags, wallets, cases, watch straps for your Apple Watch, and wallets to boot. I love my Aspen, which comes in a myriad of different colors. If you want to opt into the brown for the iPhone 14 Pro Max, or if you wanted to opt into the camel tan, this is great here to be able to level up. I also have the watch strap, which is a great way to be able to add to your Apple Watch and have luxury on the go. Andar sources the leather ethically, and they have excellent customer service in the event you have a question, a concern, or a need. Check out down below in the description for a 15% off code using Tech Influence for a coupon here on your first order. Check out those links as well, as they do help out the channel. Get yourself 15% down below by using Tech Influence from Andar for your first order of genuine leather goods here, whether you want to get a case or you want to get a wrist strap or even a backpack or a wallet. This is my comparison video here, and I think the clear winner here is SmallRig. I think it's really cool despite it being this custom one from Brandon Lee. There's just a couple of issues that I have here with the Neewer where it's a little funky with the faceplate, not having the ability to have my M series, and then having the cold shoe mount not necessarily fit was a drawback. I do like that the price point is a little bit cheaper. You're not necessarily paying for that brand of that content creator. I would rather pay a little bit more for a more reliable rig than from the folks at Neewer. With that said, my ponios, thanks so much for watching. Andy with Tech Influence. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.